New this noon, Hamilton County prosecutors want a second opinion on the mental health of the man accused of murdering Deputy Larry Henderson. A court-appointed psychologist produced a report that appears to support a potential insanity defense for 38-year-old Rodney Hinton Jr. Now, his attorney says at some point he intends to file a new plea of not guilty by reason of insanity. Prosecutors are now asking for another doctor to review that finding. They will argue for that at a hearing in just 2 days. Hinton is accused of intentionally driving into Deputy Henderson during a traffic control area outside the University of Cincinnati's graduation in May. He had just been shown video of Cincinnati police shooting and killing his son 1 day earlier. Henderson was not involved in that shooting, but investigators do believe he was targeted because he wore a badge.
All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High. And we do have an update on the Rodney Hinton Jr. case. He has been found mentally incompetent to receive the death penalty by an independent professional psychological evaluation. Now, despite that fact, these prosecutors out in Cincinnati are still seeking to kill him. They're saying, okay, well, no, we don't agree with that. We want a second opinion, as opposed to this professional opinion that was already done. Now, if you're not familiar with this case, we broke this case back in May, where Rodney Hinton Jr., the man that you just saw, was accused of running over a sheriff deputy in Cincinnati. Just 1 day after his son was killed, murdered by a Cincinnati undercover detective while running away from that detective. Now, you can go back and watch how we broke all of those things down. Nevertheless, they arrested Rodney Hinton. He's being held in Claremont, not in Hamilton County, but in a neighboring county. And according to his lawyer, which I'm going to let you read his lawyer's statement, that he has been found mentally unstable at the time of that event. And the lawyer plans to file another plea, a new plea of not guilty by reason of insanity. Now, if you're familiar with the story, he had just watched the police murder his son while his son was running away. And in the midst of the psychosis, which you're going to hear, he allegedly ran over that officer. And so the lawyer has contended from the beginning that his client was out of his mind. Now, originally I didn't see, where the lawyer was going with this, but now I see. Now, after talking with family members of Mr. Hinton, they did, state that, he was experiencing, some mental health issues at the time of that. Now, if you're familiar, we went up there, we met with the family, met the mother of Ryan Hinton, met the brother of Rodney Hinton, and many family members, are still, suffering from this ordeal. However, this is somewhat of a victory, according to what the lawyer is saying. And this is what the lawyer, Clyde Bennett, shout out to Clyde Bennett, put on his Facebook page. Just take a look at this. Now, if you see this is Clyde Bennett II. He says, from the beginning of this case, I repeatedly and emphatically stated that Rodney Hinton was mentally ill at the time of the offense and did not understand the wrongfulness of his conduct. Now, an independent, neutral, objective opinion from a court-appointed certified forensic psychologist has confirmed this fact. The doctor opined that Mr. Hinton had a combination of serious mental illnesses, bipolar disorder, and psychosis at the time he committed the offense, and those serious mental illnesses significantly impaired his ability to exercise rational judgment. 2021 Governor Mike DeWine spearheaded a mental health reform, a new law that exempted the seriously mentally ill from the death penalty. The first state in our great country to do so. That Ohio law mandates that a person who has a bipolar disorder, psychosis that significantly impairs their ability to exercise rational judgment, at the time of committing murder cannot be charged with the death penalty. In light of the thorough, reliable report from an objective, neutral forensic psychologist, the prosecution should not continue to try to kill Mr. Hinton. The prosecution should forego its right to seek an opposing opinion and dismiss the death penalty specification in this case. And this is from, once again, the Honorable Clyde Bennett II. Now, as you see from that assertion, that there is a law that mandates anybody suffering from bipolar and psychosis is not eligible to receive the death penalty. Now, this is an independent forensic psychologist appointed by the court, appointed by the people who are trying to kill him. And this report has deemed him mentally ill fit for the death penalty. However, this prosecutor, this evil suspected white supremacist, have to be careful. Connie Pillage, the DA, is going to say, no, I'm white and I say he's fit to trial. It's a classic case of I'm white and I say so. Even though this forensic psychologist appointed by the court has deemed him mentally unfit, no, I want a second opinion. Why? Because she seeks to kill him. She seeks to enact revenge on this man who was under mental duress at the time that he allegedly committed this act. Now, this is the same woman who cleared an officer for shooting his son in the back. So it's basically she's going to try to be responsible for killing two black men, regardless of the medical implications. Now, once again, we have seen the mental health narrative be staunchly supported, be validated in many cases, including white people. You know, that is their go-to defense. Nope, I'm mentally ill, he's mentally unstable, and that's what we're going through. I have yet to see any case where prosecutors seek to oppose that judgment, that diagnosis. And so you ask yourself why. And apparently this prosecutor, we're going to have to keep track of this within the next coming days. This prosecutor and the defense are going to appear in court Friday, the 17th. And they are going to argue the cases whether they should get a second evaluation, which I think, once again, is a underhanded attempt to undermine the sanctity of that first diagnosis and get someone who is going to go with their narrative. But we're going to keep a close eye on this. And you see, I got my shirt from my brother from LA. I am black and I did not kill Charlie Kirk, because, once again, as Charlie Kirk was killed, everybody faces wrath now, so shout out to my brother for sending me the shirt. You can go back. I'll put the link if you want one of these shirts. I'll put the link there in the description. But, this is something that we want to keep an eye on, because, once again, white people always have the propensity to make the law work in their favor or to override the law. In this case, this diagnosis that proves that our brother Rodney Hinton was not mentally stable at the time of this alleged crime. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button to help this channel continue to grow. We have now reached 100,000 subscribers, which I am extremely grateful to the Most High, but also to you, each one of you who watch these videos on a daily basis. So, my heart goes out to you guys for, allowing me to continue to put out this information, sending information as well, and also engaging through commentary, through calls, texts, emails, and the like. So once again, I am extremely grateful to you guys. Thank y'all for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. As always, peace and blessing. And take a look at this new outro with new pictures and videos. Shout out to my man, Steve Penn from Atlanta, for putting this song together. As always, I pray. Peace and blessings. Scripture says all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Who keep the people informed with stories abroad from literary work where the narrative's wrong. The research is always on point, the commentary is hard. It's Rich Teller raising the bar. Follow along, shout out to FBA, still FTP, big up NFAC, and all my black families. There's three sides to all stories, which one you gon' believe? We run down on the false prophets when they come to deceive. 100% urban world news, current events, we don't like them lies. Media is biased, we got God beside us, ladies and gents is power. If you don't know by now, look around me, the darkest hours. Cops squeezing hammers, cause they don't understand us. We stop and freeze with our hands to kill us off like cancer. Don't speculate before the facts on the case. Telehouse set them straight, my brother Rich investigate. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long.